you as a group, as a nation, implement the public health measures that I mentioned to you, we can turn this around without locking the country down.
So you've answered the question I'm about to ask a million times, but it's probably useful for people who are tuning in to hear. There are those who think a herd immunity strategy is a good strategy.
Right.
Comment.
No, it is not. I mean, it just is not. I mean, I don't want to disrespect any of those who feel that way. That's their opinion, but it's just not the case. Because if you look now, 25%, we'll say, of the people in this country that got hit badly in New York are immune. 10% of the country as a whole, the CDC did a very good study and said about 10% of the people in the country, quote, have gotten infected or therefore protected. We have 245 to 250,000 deaths and 10 million infections. You're not going to get to herd immunity until you get somewhere up to 70 or so %. Now, if you want to go from 10 to 70, multiply that by 7 and look at the number of people who will have to have died to get to natural herd immunity. It's not feasible and it's not acceptable.
I've read a lot about sort of people who feel that they're suffering kind of long-term effects, survivors of COVID-19 who are having secondary long-term effects, fogginess, other things. What does that? How do you? What's the medical, view on that?
Well, it's a real phenomenon.
Yeah.
We are right now, literally as we speak. In fact, this afternoon, I think it was about 3:30, Francis, we had a phone call about the approach that we're going to be taking from a scientific to try and investigate that. It's a phenomenon where people clear the virus, but for variable periods of time. And we don't know what the percentage, whether it's 20, 25, 30% of people have the persistence of symptoms that are bothersome to their function. Fatigue, shortness of breath, muscle aches, dysautonomia, inability to control temperatures, what they call brain